Humanity is preparing to return to the moon. A giant rocket stands on the launch pad. 4 astronauts are waiting. Billions of dollars are at stake. But just weeks before launch everything came to a halt. What went wrong with the Artemis II mission? Let's find out. Artemis II is not just another launch. It's the first crewed flight toward the moon in more than 50 years. Since 1972, no human has ventured beyond low Earth orbit. And now, in February 2026, 4 brave astronauts were supposed to do exactly that. Aboard the brand new SLS rocket, the most powerful rocket NASA has ever built. Meet the heroes: Wiseman, Commander; Victor Glover, Pilot; Christina Koch, record holder for the longest spaceflight by a woman; Jeremy Hansen, the first non-American to fly to the moon. Canadian astronaut Hansen is set to make history. But first, they have to launch. In January, the rocket was rolled out to the legendary Launch Complex 39B, the very pad from which the Apollo missions once flew. Everything was going according to plan. The launch was scheduled for February 5th. But on February 2nd, during the final full dress rehearsal, this happened. The wet dress rehearsal is a full fuel loading and countdown, the final test before an actual launch. Engineers began pumping in liquid hydrogen, hundreds of tons of cryogenic fuel at minus 253 degrees Celsius. And then the sensors picked it up. A hydrogen leak at the core stage interface. Concentration quickly exceeded allowable limits. Teams tried to fix the issue. It didn't work. Another spike. Fueling was halted. Hydrogen is a tricky substance. It's the lightest element, it seeps through the tiniest gaps, and it's highly explosive. Remember the Hindenburg? Remember Challenger? NASA can't afford to take that kind of risk. The launch has been delayed. Now it won't happen before March 2026. And possibly later. A firm date will be announced only after a full analysis of the problem. Engineers are digging into the fueling system, searching for the source of the leak in the tail service mast umbilical, one of the most complex components of the fuel delivery system. But here's what really matters. This is not a failure. This is exactly why rehearsals exist. It's far better to find a problem on Earth than to lose a crew in space. Artemis II is only the second step. The first was the uncrewed Artemis I mission in 2022, a successful flight around the moon. Artemis II will do the same, but with a crew on board. Artemis III will land humans on the moon's south pole, a place no one has ever been. Artemis IV will begin construction of the Gateway Orbital Station. This isn't a one-time mission. It's a return for good. The 4 astronauts continue their training. The rocket stands on the launch pad. The problem will be solved. And when the SLS engines finally roar to life, the whole world will hold its breath. A delay is not the end, a cray. It's a test of strength. Space does not forgive haste, but it rewards persistence. Stay tuned for updates pro. History is being written right now.